Hello and welcome to Draw with the Flow MMA podcast. I'm your host, Joe Hartona. In this episode, I'm just gonna do a quick um, MMA um, chat. I guess we are, going to the new year of 2023. There's a bunch of UFC fights already announced for the early next year. One of the fight was a Chito Vera versus Corey Sanhagen. Um, so these two guys are fighting in um bantamweight division, which is a 135 pound. So it's a fight night, so it's not a pay per view. So this guy's gonna be headlining the UFC fight night. It's probably in somewhere in the US. It's not pay per view, meaning you can watch it through the UFC Fight Pass. So 135 pound is a lot of good. I don't know. If it's like maybe like not many contender left. Right now they're talking about matching up the champion Aljamain Sterling versus the king of the cringe Henry Cejudo for the belts for the bantamweight belt. So that is in the closing the deal already, but we're not 100% yet. I don't think they signed the agreement yet. But also Sean O'Malley we have here as a special guest, posting pictures with the goat himself, Hasbullah Nurmagomedov. I don't know if this Hasbullah is related to the Nurmagomedov family. Is probably they have like close cousins and whatever. So yeah, so Sean, I guess he's gonna be waiting around for a little bit, which is I think is good for him because he need to work on his and he said it himself, he need to work on his wrestling and grappling to be able to compete with somebody like Aljamain Sterling, which is like Division 1 or Division 2 national team, the US. And then the king of the cringe, Henry Cejudo, is a Olympic champion wrestler representing USA. But anyway, yeah, so that's exciting for the New Year's. We're gonna start with Chito Vera versus Corey Sanhagen. I think the co-main, I'm not sure, can't recall the co-main event, but yeah, that alone is already like a really good to kick off the 2023, and then it's probably the winner of that possibly uh getting closer to the title fight, or they're gonna fight Sean O'Malley. And then because the fight between Cejudo and Sterling is not gonna be until like mid next year. They haven't started training camp or anything yet, but yeah, I think Henry Cejudo probably already starting cutting weight and stuff like that. But yeah, that's exciting news. So hopefully, I can come up with a new MMA podcast early 2023, which is probably like early January, which is already next week. Because the time I'm recording right now is December 27, just 2 days after the Christmas celebration in Canada. So yeah, so that's all for today, guys. I don't have much news to report. You guys probably already seen it on YouTube, bunch of like MMA podcasts out there. But yeah, and also I'm gonna trying to cover the Indonesian MMA fighters, Jeka Suragi. He's coming from One Pride MMA in Indonesia. So he's going into the final for the road to the UFC. He's gonna be he's gonna be fighting someone from MMA fighters from India, um, and they are lightweight fighters. So yeah, it's gonna be tough fight in the lightweight division for my homies Jake Asuragi. I mean, it's good, but there's a lot of hole in his game. And also, I think if he get into the UFC, he got a signed contract. He need to start learning English because between the instruction, right, between the instruction himself to follow the instruction while fighting, like on the fly, you can't have translators, because it's gonna be tough. I think it might be happen all the time in the fighting, MMA world, because a lot of the Russian fighters, a lot of them they don't speak English, and the Brazilian, a lot of the like non-speaking English country. But I'm gonna do a special podcast for J.K. Saragi coming up in the New Year's, which is probably sometime next week. Okay, so I hope you guys stay tuned, and please give me a comment, uh, like, and subscribe for the new channel, Draw with the Flow MMA podcast. Thank you for listening and watching for you guys around the world. All the best and take care, guys.